Captain, if you can, and give us a log.
Um, it might be better for later in the episode because I haven't really. Nothing's really changed since I last gave one
Uh,
because
yeah,
we haven't talked about anything.
we
So the only thing that's changed is I met the Orion lady, but she hasn't even told me what she knows. So I don't really have anything to report yet. I mean, after we talk, with like after the crew talks together, I'll probably have something to report. But right now, there's nothing really to say.
true. Okay. Well, weird force of habit, but let us begin. This will be probably like minutes after, or you beamed aboard, or with the Orion lady. Did you want to get in touch with your away A team right then and there and try contacting them, or call them and
Um,
back?
yeah, I think I'll go ahead and call him back. I think I found out what we came here for, so if they have learned good new stuff, that's good. If not, I think we got at least what we came for. So, yeah, I'll recall the teams.
Very well, Captain. Um, in the meantime, what would you like to do with the Orion lady? As she's kind of standing awkwardly on your bridge. On your, not your bridge, the transporter room. And drag.
Um, I'm going to take her to astrometrics to get the to get his location. Cause does she have that,
She
or at
doesn't.
least know where to look?
She doesn't directly have it, but she has some ideas. But she wants to negotiate first.
Um, what does she want?
Well, oh, Captain, it seems like we're chasing after the same person, so I wish to assist you in that with the intention on completing a bounty on his head.
As we discussed earlier, I intend to arrest him and bring him back to the Federation. If you wish to help me do that, then I would welcome your help, but I'm not going to hand him over to you. The most you could hope for out of this situation is that he sees justice in Federation space.
Justice in Federation space, and he will escape again.
That's definitely hyperbole. It's unlikely that he could do that.
Well, you've managed to get this as far. Or I'm coming to you with the assumption that you have resources and technology that I do not, and I have leads and resources that you do not.
Yes, which is why I think we should work together, but let's be clear. I can spend time gathering that information, and I will have both parts of the necessary resources to get him. You could not possibly conjure up a starship like this or the resources I have access to, so you'll have to accept that you are somewhat at a disadvantage here, and realize that he will be going into Federation custody, and that that's going to have to be good enough.
Uh, Presence command opposed. Um,
Persuasion.
Persuasion, yes. I'm going to spend one.
Um, yeah, go ahead and take 6 threat.
Oh goodness.
You can always spin them back and roll the same number of dice.
I will spend that back. And I don't have a reroll. So we're looking at 4 versus 6. So you gain 2 momentum. And finally, she concedes. Fine. Fine. I don't have a direct star our course coordinates for him, but I do know of some of his contacts.
Well, if you'll follow me, I'll take you to somewhere where you can fill that information out, and
Very well.
I'll take her to not the ready room, but the conference room, and set her up with a pad, and then I will disable the panels in the room before I leave, except for the ability to communicate to the bridge.
With that, as you're walking out of the transporter room with a Orion pirate, some of the security officers are kind of, sir, do you want us to follow her?
What's their rank, or what's the rank of the highest ranking one?
A lieutenant.
Lieutenant, that is mighty presumptive of you, and very disrespectful to our guest. I would ask that you do not insinuate criminal activity upon those who have not conducted themselves as such in the future.
He is going to be. He blushes and backs down and says, "Sorry, Captain. Just
No, just return to your duties, Lieutenant.
very well." But the room is effectively blacked out, and all she can do is write her own pad and communicate, and adjust the temperature, maybe. You head back to the bridge, and you get a hold of everyone. all the away teams secretly and let them know to return to the ship. Um, um, Funny enough, Tolek and Sullivan and do not check in for some reason.
How long does it pass until like we realize that they haven't checked in? Because like obviously we expect it could take a couple of minutes, you know, for them to get to somewhere they could do it. So are we talking like an hour has passed or like 10
Yeah,
hours?
yeah, an hour has passed, and the other away teams have checked in and been back on board, or Calder or an Archer have returned along with Maddux.
Well, this is gonna hurt because we don't have Tolek, but I'm gonna order a scan of the station to for their comm badges. Do either of the other three of you have good science?
Uh, do you have a crew
Nope.
support?
My science is 3.
All right. Does someone want to play as Matt Paterso then?
Yep. You can activate Map Paterso. You go down one on crew support, and who wants to roll reason science scanning for comm badges on a busy station like that? But you have the frequency, so probably have jamming. Gonna be difficulty 3 brought down to difficulty 2 with your advanced sensors. And any one of the players can pick up that sheet.
I guess I can.
Okay. Everyone can see the crew support sheets, right? Yep.
Take a moment.
One momentum. As you gain 3 back. Their comm badges are still on the station. And they appear to be in one of the lower sections ends of the station, not necessarily down to a cargo area, but just like one of the lower habitat areas. And they are not moving.
One momentum to see if there's anyone else in the area.
Around the area of the comm badges, there appears to be no life forms in the immediate room. There's some in a couple adjacent rooms. About 5 to 6 life forms in one room. There's 2 in another. There's one person by themselves. I was in the room above them.
One momentum to see if they still have, if we can find signatures of phasers on their persons. Like, do we get the energy signature for a phaser on them?
It's a bit faint, indicating that the phasers are deactivated, but there are 3 phasers in the vicinity of the comm badges.
Did they take more than one a person?
Calder can do an insight security on that, since he would be responsible for armory.
Give me a sec. Difficulty.
Difficulty 1. And you make it. You specifically remember that Tolek hid a Type 2 phaser within his tricorder, and Dr. Sullivan hid a Type 1 in her medical bag, but specifically one each.
All 3 are deactivated?
They're kind of like in a standby safety mode. So, you have to like push a button and then push another button, and then the trigger to fire. So they're not in like active radi. They're not in point and click like shoot mode right now. They're in a depowered safety mode. Which, if you're carrying a phaser on your person, that's the mode it'll most likely be in, unless you're in a hostile situation, in which case you would take one of the safeties off. And by this point, Calder, Archer, and Maddux can appear on the bridge. Well, Calder's already there, since he gave input on this. Oh, what the?
I think Calder and Archer should go stand by in the transporter room while Maddux beams them back. If they're missing any equipment, or if they look like they've been harmed in any way, then y'all might need to go over there to take care of something. But I think we should just try to beam them out. We kind of have the information we were coming for, so there's not a whole there's possibility that we could be losing out on if they're trying to do some sneaky operation, but I don't really see it as worth the risk.
Well, I mean, I do want to beam back and see what we can get from some Klingons we found.
In fact, Archer just has informed me that he did not beam back, but he probably would have told Old Calder that he's gonna stay there to talk with the Klingons more. So Archer is on the station, but he's accounted for.
Okay, so uh, could I also beam back to the station?
Which point do you want to beam back to? Do you want to beam back to just the general promenade area? Do you want to beam back to Archer's side, or do you want to beam in on the combat signals?
Archer.
All right. Easily enough. Maddux, what are you doing at this point?
I believe I'm heading to the transporter room.
Do you want to assist me and Archer?
I was going to assist beaming y'all down.
I think it's gonna be easy if we just do the same beam we did last time.
Yeah, there's nothing preventing a beam out from happening or making it more or difficult. So, no, there's not a task roll associated with beaming down at this point.
I'm still gonna order the other two beamed out though.
You're gonna order who to beam out?
Maddux to beam out Tolek and the doctor.
Okay. In that case, it is gonna be a roll. And you're looking just. So, oh, you're gonna tag the combat signals that you have and beam that out, or are you gonna search specifically for biosignatures?
I believe I would search for bio.
Is there still an opportunity to spend for momentum on the scan I made, or is it too late? Because I thought, based on the context of how we were talking, that they were at the same place as the comm badges.
I will give that to you to free because I wasn't explicitly clear. The combat badges are not moving, and they're in a room with no biosignatures nearby. So the implication is that the comm badges were taken off and set aside.
Oh, that changes things. Then I'm going to order.
Yeah, my bad.
Calder. Yeah, I'm gonna order Calder to go investigate, because that is not normal or acceptable procedure. Yeah, I'm gonna send Calder and a team to go investigate that. Because that went from, they could be doing some like, they could be meeting with someone and we don't want to spook them by beaming them out. But now it's like their weapons and their comm badges are not in the same place they are, so they are unarmed with no way to call for help on what we consider a hostile station.
Yeah, that would be the implication in there. There's no bio signs within the within the same room as the equipment that was left. So
In
straight
fact,
to
I'm gonna go with Calder.
All right. Calder, did you want to suit up, get some extra equipment in for this? Pull up the Type 3s. Pull out the Type 3s.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
We can pull them out. I mean, we can only afford 2 pieces of extra equipment, so we can't have both body armor and type 2s, the type 3s. So you and me, actually, you're gonna have to roll for the security team because we're not gonna have the momentum for it. So, oh wait, no, that's. I think because I think your role only applies when they're on the ship.
Yep.
Like,
When you're on the ship, if you have
Yeah.
a free security team to bring one with you, you have to pay for it.
So either we can have type 3s or we can have body armor.
Body armor.
All right. Or personal force fields. I forgot to say that. Or we can have grenades. But that's a lot of
That's a lot of
thinking.
stuff.
Yeah. Body
Uh,
armor's good. I prefer body armor over personal force fields anyways.
And I would definitely say in this situation, you're kind of beaming into tight enclosed spaces. Phasers and phaser rifles only help at long range. Body armor, there can help at long range or short range, which you might
Well, no,
definitely get into.
the benefit of type 3s is they hit harder and they're accurate. The range category doesn't change. They're still medium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that being said, if Calder and Maddux want to, they could try to invent a Star Trek sniper rifle. But I don't think we have time now.
No, that's like a whole extended task. All right. That's one momentum each. You both have
And then
have
one
body armor,
threat.
and then one threat.
Yeah. Because we only have to pay escalation once, and body armor is 1 and 1.
Okay, that makes sense. And if you would like to bring a security team in with you, you can activate a crew support and bring an actual NPC with you, or you can just roll presence in security difficulty 2 and just have the security team advantage, which would just be a squad of red shirts with you.
I say we take what we already used one. I mean, this is going to kind of cost a lot to take both the security, but it also gives a chance for Archer and Maddux to shoot some phasers if we get into a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should take Daba and Tavel. Or oh no, Zagar. We haven't taken the Gorn out.
Yes, someone bring the Zogger.
We can't though, cause he's a tactical officer. He's got like shipboard stuff. Oh, and Tavel is missing a focus.
Yeah, just
They only have 2.
Just go ahead and add that in. I'll pretend that's there the whole time.
Let's bring the buy. Because she has an upgrade on next use in notes.
Oh, she's already been upgraded. That's an old message. Every time you use her now, she gets upgraded.
So we're activating the buy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we have any first-time crew support left anymore. I think everyone gets upgraded if they make a roll now.
Yep. I do have some blank sheets. It's available if you want to need some more crew support, but I think we're good now.
Yeah, I think we'll take Daba and Tavel.
Take both of them. So you're down to 1 crew support left.
Shouldn't
And Calder.
Just because of the security.
Say that again.
The buy have type 2 because she's security.
Yeah, security officers and senior officers can have type 2s. The only person I think who is excluded from that is maybe the doctor. But I'm not even convinced. I'm not even sure about that.
I think the Doctor and Archer are typically have type 1s. Because Archer's only an ensign.
Yeah, but they definitely would have type 2s. Is it possible for Calder to roll for an advantage that he has, like, he has some body armor that's already, like, out of its locker and ready to go in case of an emergency like this, so that we can have body armor for the other 2 security officers? Is it possible that he could roll for that advantage?
Roll to outfit the NPCs with body armor? Yeah. Present security difficulty 2.
Oh, we even got momentum.
We got a momentum out of it, and yeah, the other 2 NPCs can and be kitted out with body armor. And it would make sense that you would pause and make sure that everyone's kitted out for this. And I can't seem to drag Tavel onto the transporter pad. I keep grabbing Calder for some reason. Peter, why must you do this?
Oh, why to Vel? We're grabbing the buy.
I thought the captain said to grab both. There she is.
Yeah, that's because we have 2 other players, so if we get into something, they can jump into those characters.
Alright, and Maddux, where are you beaming them into? Into the room itself, in the hallway, promenade again?
Well, we're like in Starfleet uniforms with phasers now, so we should probably go to the direct location of the comm badges. It'd be a bad idea to go on the promenade. That'd screw Archer over.
Oh, I'm not changing my disguise.
Yeah, but
I gotta pay those Klingons.
Okay, but Daba and Val don't have that. So just by like being in the same area with them, like
You could.
You might lose.
Yeah, you can keep your civilian garb and stuff, but just slap body armor on top of it and have the phaser air out. But just by association, your cover is going to be blown.
Yeah, the one thing about the room with the phasers and the comm badges is we don't know if that room is secured or not.
Wouldn't it be easy to just be me and fast so I get scattered out?
Well, if there's something wrong and it is like we can't get out of the room, we can always beam back. But if you beam in, there's no one in the room, so we don't have to worry about like suddenly getting into combat or anything.
Like if you're worried about locking up, I could just, well, the area being locked, I could just do my original plan and just beam to Archer and then go to the to that location.
No, I mean at this point, what I'm thinking is they're in trouble and we need to get them back and their equipment back.
Because that equipment is military technology and will fetch
a
fair price.
It also is going to tell somebody that the Starfleet vessel was here.
Yep.
They may be looking for Archer right now, or not Archer specifically, but they may be looking for someone, and if they find Archer, they'll, they may have a chance to uncover his disguise now that they know that there's Starfleet personnel there. So we need to get that stuff back.
All right. So again, where's your beam-in point?
In the room.
In the room directly. All right. You're on a pad. You're beaming to not a pad, and they have a general dampening field in the habitable area to prevent things like this. So control plus NG. Okay. Control plus engineering, difficulty 2, complication 2, assisted by ship's sensors engineering, and that is with the decreased difficulty.
Okay, I'm going to use 1 momentum for 1 extra die.
Excellent. 1 momentum. Nice. So we have. So 5 momentum generated off that roll. As. The away team beams down. Oh, wait. That's the exterior map. The interior. These 2 are missing. Travell. And again, I'm tracking Travell on the sheet, and she snaps into Calder. But anyways, you guys are down here in the.
Can you check the avatar on the open the sheet as a GM? There's like an additional token thing that you can put. Make sure it's not set to him for some reason.
That is for some reason. That is weird.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was.
Yeah. I have no idea why that would have been the case, but
Okay. You beam directly into these quarters. It is unlit. It is unlit, sparsely furnished, and nothing happens. You materialize, and what do you do?
let's search for their equipment.
Okay. Insight, right? Security, difficulty 1, and you can assist each other.
Do you want to roll that Calder?
Give me a second. I'm trying to fix a problem on something.
Does the visor help reduce the difficulty or change anything?
I forgot about the visor.
Yeah.
It's like
It doesn't really
general.
say anything. It doesn't really say anything about giving them a mechanical benefit. It just says information should be available to me that might not always be available to other people based on eyesight.
The room is dark, but you can and see through it. It's kind of sparsely furnished. There's a couch. There's a desk in the adjoining area. There's a bed and a refresher.
This is a personal quarters.
Yeah, this looks like personal quarters for one person. You do see some energy signatures coming from the nightstand and the desk. Some latent energy signatures.
Yep, I'll go check it out. Which is probably an acceptable thing to do in STA. A horrible decision in D&D because I'd probably get something blown up in my face or shot with arrows or poison darts or something.
Oh, don't give the GM ideas.
Well,
you're in
if
the
you
room.
do,
You're in the room. The desk, the nightstand's in the next room over. It's not really a room. It's kind of just like a half wall partition. So this is like a studio apartment.
yeah, I'll walk over there.
Okay.
And if you do get like explode a trap on us, then you just have to accept that we're gonna ask to check for traps every like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm supposed to do the opposite and speed up your time because you're currently 17 days behind. Yeah, in the nightstand, there's a little pad and a communicator error device, kind of an older flip phone style.
Oh, this one doesn't belong to our team.
Nope. So I'm assuming you check the desk X next.
Yeah.
And in the desk, as you see, 2 comm badges is 2 one type 2 phaser, one type I1 unphaser, and an older school type 2. One that is like maybe 20 years out of date.
That's the one that Tolek took with the phaser in it.
Mm-hmm.
Can we find, like, can we scan and find any nearby Vulcans or humans?
Specifically those 2 races. That would be reason science or reason in medical difficulty. Let's see, searching for biosensors. Difficulty E2.
Difficulty what?
2.
I'm gonna spend 3 momentum.
Okay. Momentum down, and you generate 2 more. There's not a lot of. There's no Vulcans in range of the tricorder. There's a couple Romulan insignatures, but your scan is detailed enough to be able to differentiate them. Humans, there's 55 within this is within range of the tricorder, which is probably picking up the entire section of the habitat ring. If you want to get specifics and look for their biosignatures themselves, the Svalinn and is probably going to be your best bet.
All right.
I will accept momentum for extra information spends if you want.
I don't have any.
All right. I'm assuming you take their air gear and put it in a bag.
Yeah. Um. I think we should go back to the ship.
And what about the pad and the communicator? And the residence phaser?
Is there anything on the pad?
You have not checked yet.
Okay, I'll check.
Okay. There's a slight encryption in on it, so yeah, there's a slight encryption on it. It's going to be difficulty 2 to crack it. You can and either attempt a control or daring engineering task now, or you can take it back to the ship and have the ship help.
I'll try it now.
Okay. I suppose security could work too. Let's just make it daring security to hack.
It doesn't matter. My control, daring, security, engineering, all of it's the same number.
Oh goodness. All right, daring security difficulty 2.
Take 3 momentum.
3 momentum. Any way to reroll that?
No, I'm gonna let it stand.
Excellent. You do manage to get it open, and it says that this is the property of one Darron Lek, and it has some basic contact information. There's a couple subspace frequencies he keeps track of, and basically a general spreadsheet that looks like a accounting book, but it's not so much encoded as it is written in code. So it's just random letters and numbers in a way that you would have to know what you're looking at to figure it out. And you're looking over it, and you look over the top, and you figure out it is transmitting.
Transmitting what?
General distress signal. And it is at this point that three Nausicans beam into the quarters with you. And as they're beaming in, they're not really prepared for combat, so I'll let you go first. They're kind of like, okay, what are we going in here for?
I'm going to. Yeah, I'll just wide beam stun them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll fire on them. I hate to do that, but I think we can kind of consider that the other two have been abducted, or something's gone really wrong. Otherwise, I would just have us beam out of here.
All right. So, it's just a minor action instead to wide beam and then stun, and it's just a
Well, stun is automatic, but
stun is automatic. Okay.
But yeah, a minor to charge for area, and take a momentum to aim.
Okay.
For a second minor action.
And this would be control security difficulty 2.
Take a threat.
1 threat. All right, you hit. Roll for the damage.
Two effects means all three of them are going to get hit if they're within close of each other.
Which they are. They just beamed them together. So all of them get hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Which is enough to knock out two of them. One of them the guy in the center is going to ignore the injury.
Hey, if he's going next, not anymore.
He was gonna go next, but Captain fires a phaser. Two of them, and just as soon as they materialize, just slump to the ground, and one of them, and he just flexes and goes, "Urgh!" And now it's Calder's turn.
Thank you. Quick to action. I love you. I will stun him.
You are in
remember, if you're not moving, you have a minor action, so go ahead and charge for something. You don't need area. He's already ignored the injury, so intense is not really helpful, and unless he. I really doubt intense is going to help, because to avoid the injury, he'd have to have determination, and you're probably going to do more damage than he has HP, so that's not going to be helpful. Vicious would probably be the most helpful.
I would say charge for vicious.
Piercing is the other option, but since he had to avoid the injury, I don't think he took at least 5 damage, so he doesn't have that much armor if he has any at all. So I would charge for vicious.
I shall do so.
You are in melee A range with him because as you're in the same room as him.
So it's gonna be harder.
Yep, it's gonna be +1 to use a phaser, or you could just judo chop him, which would be opposed melee.
Okay, instead of doing a charge, I'll just do my Deadeye Marksman and just make it a difficulty 1.
Okay. So you use Deadeye Marksman, you aim, reduce the difficulty, so it's just gonna be difficulty 2.
Yep.
Difficulty 2, control security to fire at him from point blank range.
Yeah. Deadeye Marksman is just an aim with the -1 difficulty added to it.
Very cool. All right. Roll when you're ready. That's a hit and 1 momentum. Roll for damage. And yeah, that's enough to knock him out. As you pull out your phaser and fire upon the man mid grunt, and he falls over and hits the floor.
I think I'll move up to these 3 and mark them for being up to the brig, but first I will see if they have any form of communication on them.
I control security, difficulty E2 to kind of frisk them and for equipment.
I'll spend a momentum.
One momentum spent.
Anyone else got the connection warning for Will 20?
Yep. And I just want to wait. Okay.
I did do it.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Okay. Just
So control security, difficulty 2. Any focuses on this?
Also, like after my roll, I still saw a result which was 202, but I'll roll again.
Yeah, I didn't see on my end, so just let's roll again. Okay. You find standard equipment on them, hand communicators, 2 phasers, there's knives, more knives. There's another knife. There's a knife in that guy's boot. Oh my god, there's a lot of knives on these guys. But you managed to pick them all up and tag them or beam out. One of the NPCs, Diva or Tavel, go ahead and give me an insight security roll. So Archer's AFK. So Maddux, go ahead and give.
I got it. Inside security for Dubai.
Yeah, that'll work.
They do not have a focus, so
Anything in like security procedures or
they only got team dynamics, ground combat, and diplomacy.
I'll take ground combat. This is relevant to that.
Well, I only rolled and it got 2 1s.
10 and 4. What's their security at?
14.
5. So. Oh, security's 5. So yeah, I'll give that to you. So
Okay.
1 momentum. As Diva figures out, we just fired phasers inside a space station. Even if there's not active alarms going off, someone definitely knew that we fired weapons in here.
Yeah, let's take the 3 of them and beam out.
All right, 1 hasty beam out. Make this as interesting. Maddux, back on the ship. There's a request for a beam out.
Standing by.
This is gonna be control, NG. Control engineering, difficulty 2, complication, and 2, assisted by ships, sensors engineering. And the ship roll.
What's the ship we're holding?
Ship's rolling, sensors engineering.
Two momentum.
2 momentum. As the away team beams up to the pad, and the Nauticans beam up to the brig. New scene. Archer, are you back with us?
I don't think.
I don't think so. Okay.
Like
I was-
I still want to hope to like.
Yeah, I was
Bring
about
back-
to send Calder after Archer to go find out what his situation was and help him get
Yes.
back. Or
Yes, because I currently feel uncertain leaving our team's youngest member for the situation. I am assuming he's the youngest because
He's the youngest of the senior staff. You have younger personnel on board, or you have some NCOs that are like babyface and 20. Archer's at least 22. But yeah, you can easily beam back to Archer.
Yep, thank you.
Calder. Everyone steps off the pad.
But before that, I'd like to hear Ellis's suggestion on how we should deal with these Klingons, and maybe see if they could help us if we tell them that we are Federation, because I think we're still sort of half and half allies, because post the Dominion War.
who?
The Klingons.
I mean, the Federation is allies with the Klingon Empire, but there are a lot of Klingons who are out on their own. Like
And-
you would.
And there's a
If
lot of
they-
Klingons who don't agree with the alliance.
Yeah, like it'd be a safe assumption if we were dealing with like an actual KDF ship. Like if we knew they were from a Klingon warship, then you could probably assume that. But these are just Klingons. They may be raiders or pirates. It's like how you can't assume that all humans are in Starfleet and that they are willing to work with you.
I mean, there's still the chance of them being. Like, I'm gonna try and figure out if they have a ship and see if you actually know the other info about it. So. Because there is the chance that these Klingons could be part of the Empire with their own ship, and the additional chance of them of the Svalinn and this ship and their ship had actually were in a few operations together. Just the chance, but I'm not gonna say that we are. I'm just going to just observe.
So I think what Calder is asking is if these Klingons appear to be a part of the official KDF, should he break his cover, Captain? Or should he maintain cover at all cost?
No, you have to maintain cover if you're going in. If you're not going to maintain cover, then we're just going to beam Archer off the station. The only reason we don't just beam Archer off the station right now is that he's the only person in a position to like help find the other two crew members. So my plan is for you to go to him, maintaining cover, and and your main goal is to find the crew members, and we're going to scan from the ship to try to find them too. Like, our original mission for coming here is pretty much over. Now
is the part where you try to get away with it.
Yeah. And we're doing the Klingon deal because there's a chance of any extra just icing on the cake.
well, like, we should do the Klingon thing if you think it's going to help us find the crew members, but at this point, any information they have about Xareg or anything like that is kind of trivial, because we're trying to rescue 2 crew members.
So the mission directive has changed from find information to rescue crew members. That's the priority mission right now.
I mean, I could still spin a lively because Sullivan and Tolek are still disguised. So there's a chance of them. I'll see if the Klingons can help us. So yeah, I'll beam to Archer.
Just remember, don't say anything about being part of Starfleet or that they're part of Starfleet, because that may violate your whole relationship with the Klingons.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So Calder is beaming into Archer, and we'll cut to that scene real quick.
I'll relay to Archer that Sullivan and Tolek are missing.
Before you beam in, we're gonna cut back like about 5 minutes before you materialize. So, Archer, you're on the station and you meet up at Dock 47, and for the Klingons. And they seem to be running late. So, what are you doing at this time?
I am going to be looking around the meeting place to see if there are any secrets or hidden objects.
So just kind of scout the area. Are you being like kind of casual about it, or are you like pulling out the tricorder and kicking cans over? Are you trying to be subtle about it, or thorough?
Being subtle.
Being subtle. Okay. Insight security difficulty 2, complication 2. As you're trying to keep cool about this.
I will use a momentum.
1 momentum down. And generate 2 back. Around the area, it's a dock, so there's berths on either side of you. One of them is actively unloading things, so there's people going in and out of the airlock, bringing cargo out there. They're talking about things, but they're like 30 meters away, so it's not enough to overhear the conversation, but enough that you can like wave at them, say hey. The dock. Okay. Untap potential +3 momentum. Oh, wait, not +3 momentum. So I should know what untap potential does.
Whenever the character succeeds at a task for which they brought one or more additional dice with either momentum or threat, they may roll one challenge dice. The character receives bonus momentum equal to the roll and adds 1 point to threat if an effect is rolled.
So, an effect was rolled, so you gain 1 threat. The dock next to you, who seems to be occupied but locked, and the dock you are at now is also occupied, and docked. If you look over the manifest, as it says, as that this is the IKS break talk. And it's like a scale 3 scout out vessel. Is that on top? No, you don't get the 4 or momentum. You get the bonus momentum based on what the challenge dice rolls. So the challenge dice rolls a 1 or 2, you get 1 or 2 bonus momentum.
Okay.
Yeah, so every time you succeed at a roll where you bought out extra dice, roll the challenge and dice, and you have possibility you gain 1, 2 momentum, or generating 1 threat. But otherwise around your area there is no immediate yet threat. It's kind of well lit, well traveled, and finally your 2 Klingon friends show up. Aha! My Ibolian in friends. Where's your other friend?
He had to return to the ship for some business. He should be here momentarily.
Haha, I see. Well then, tell me about how these goods you're are looking to offload.
Did we mention that we were looking to offload goods?
I think that was Sullivan and Tolek.
Okay. What were you talking with the Klingons about? What was?
We were talking about Xareg, and they said to meet them here because they have some information for us.
Ah, yes. Okay, now I remember what I was gonna do here. Well, I was. All right, improv time. So what information do you know? About our mutual friend.
We know that he's attacking freighters for Iconian technology. We also know that he has the ability to jump using, or it is a rumor that he has the ability to jump using stars.
Yes, we heard about out the Pulsar Nebula. Apparently, some Federation and ship got too close as to him, and he jumped, detonating a star behind him. Left a pretty firecracker in that nebula. Unfortunately, no one's has been allowed to get too close to the site ever since this happened. Starfleet it has quarantined the area. However, I will say that we know that Xareg is very well funded. There's rumors about that he has made an alliance with a certain and someone, and he kind of rubs his fingers together, as in, and pay me.
Dan, I'm the only one with money.
I hit my communicator.
Okay.
Is there any? Is it possible to replicate blood wine?
Yeah, it is, but Klingons kind of have a thing against replicated food, and just replicated in general is of lesser quality, and Klingons might find it insulting if you hand them replicated blood wine.
Hey, GM.
Yep.
Can I spend a momentum to get there faster?
Yeah, I'll allow that. One momentum, and you can beam in right now. Just as the Archer is kind of fumbling with his communicator and kind of digging through his pockets, you beam in like 5 feet behind him. Klingons kind of jump back, like, oh, I see. We were just talking to your friend and about a certain exchange of information.
I am going to pull out a bar of latinum.
A whole bar.
Yes, pull it out, and say, for the info we want plus a little more.
They're kind of flabbergasted and look over the bar, are carefully. They can run a tricorder over it. Very generous. Yes, you must truly really have a need to meet Xareg. May we inquire the nature of this meeting? if you're throwing this amount of money on, it must be something interesting.
Well, another reason for this generous gift is that two of our crew member went missing, and we might require your assistance.
Aw, did the little shepherd lose some of his sheep? Ha 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 ha! However, for this much, they kind
I
of
think I'll
mull it over, or for a little bit. Tell me what assistance you need, and I'll start the deal on the table by saying that Xareg recently has made Romulan friends. We can either help you with your little adventure with this, or we can provide you with more information regarding who exactly he is working for. Because Xareg is a man of power and prestige, and he's also gone on slightly mad with the Borg implants.
could you say that last half again?
He's also gone slightly mad with the Borg implants. And this is the first time anyone has dropped the ball on him having Borg implants.
So what you're saying is he was like, how did he get these implants? Was he abducted, then somehow escaped, or did he choose to put them on himself?
Oh, the crazy bastard, or just grafting them on himself. Oh, he's getting it as part of his deal to work with this Romulan. He has an eye that's replaced, an arm part of his spine, just grafted on. Saw him in a fight, and he was using his Borg arm to rip limbs off of people. With his bare hands. Almost impressive.
Oh my god, Xareg is the first boss in has a team too.
I'm actually not familiar with it, but yeah. He's kind of insane. Very well. Do you require more information, or do you require our assistance?
Oh, we require your assistance. There's a chance that Xareg's people might have taken them.
Ah. Well, he does have a presence on this station, so it is very possible that your muddling about could have caught some attention. Very well. We don't have much in the way of sway on the station besides as the use of our bat list. However, if you hail us, we'll be willing to help you from our ship. Or if you need some help in a firefight. Actually, can you go ahead and give me a presence command difficulty 2?
Present security.
Command. You're kind of making a deal with them.
Okay, presence command.
Mm-hmm.
I'll spend a threat for a dice.
Okay. Nice. Generate 2 momentum back, and you've essentially made an ally with the crew of the Bright Hawk.
Could I roll some form of knowledge check to see if they helped in the Dominion War?
Insight, like con or security difficulty. You're kind of doing this off the top of your head. Yeah, if you want to do it just off the top of your head, it'd be like insight con difficulty 3. If you go back to the to a computer terminal, it'll be difficulty 1. It'll be very easy to cross-reference a ship. But to do it off the top of your head with how many ships are in the Dominion War, unless you've specifically flown beside them, yeah, difficulty 3.
Insight con diff what?
Difficulty 3 to remember if this particular ship served in the Dominion War.
I'll use a momentum.
1 momentum, okay. And I'm gonna step away for a second. Okay, gain a momentum back, and you can roll 1 challenge dice for untapped potential. And you gain 1 more. Yes, indeed. This ship did serve in the Dominion War. Or they're part of. House Jalak. Minor house, but a proud house. They did serve in the Dominion War, and they are currently supportive of Chancellor Martok. So they're generally allies of the Federation. Any additional information?
Let's see the shot in the dark any ops that worked with the Svalinn, if that seems reasonable.
Not off the top of your head. You would have to dig into a computer to get that kind of information.
Okay. I think I'll ask the Klingons if they know a place that the Nothicans would put prisoners on the station. Or any places that are Xareg's territory on the station.
One moment. All right, back. He thinks about it for a moment. Well, one of his well-known own contacts acts on the ship and kind of his broker man, and is a Darron Gel, a Trill merchant, and that hangs out on the promenade. Or Darron Lek.
So we know a broken named Darron Lek, but what about locations on this station that that could help us find where our two missing crew members are?
As far as other places, he doesn't actually own a storefront besides through Darron Lek. I do know that Darron Lek does keep a ship docked at the station. An SS Rudimentary, I believe. But otherwise, nothing specific. Like, if the Rudimentary he has undocked, they could have gone anywhere. But those would be the places I would look first, especially Darron Lek. Anything else? Klingons are kind of looking antsy.
Well, thank you for your time. And the information.
Thank you for the Latinum. Blah, blah. And they do the Klingon salute and board their ship.
Okay, I'll tell Archer to follow me, and as soon as we're no longer, as soon as both of us are out of sight, I'm going to call the captain.
Okay, you give me insight security difficulty 1. Find a unsuspicious corner.
I'll spend a momentum because I feel like there's a chance my luck just turned a 180.
Oh, it's possible. And there it is. Do you want to reroll, pull a value on that?
Now, try and correct, Calder.
He has to make the roll first before, or you can even assist.
So I'm going to spend a determination to reroll that.
And what value?
By failing to repair, you are preparing to fail.
Not quite. Anything else?
Better to deal with the problem now than later.
Yeah, I'll accept that. As you're, are trying to get the information to the captain as quickly as possible, and you're dealing with this problem, as is. So go ahead and reroll. Okay. You at least have 1 momentum on the board, and now Archer, you can assist since he has at least 1 success.
And I believe I can use my focus in sensor imaging due to the multispectral iPad.
If you're using the iPad, you'd be using reason in security, and this would increase the complication range by 1 as you're looking at an iPad and trying to not be suspicious with it.
Then I guess I will not use it.
Well,
I think
actually, never mind. The iPad was designed as a stealth device anyway, so remove the complication. Because yeah, that was the whole reason why you made it, was as to be a scanning device that looked inconspicuous.
So still reason security, but with complication down?
Yep, reason security complication 1.
I think I'll pull a momentum from the pool and use the one that I gained to quash that threat or complication.
Okay. As there's a little bit of ducking and diving in trying to find a good place to hide. Archer, or duck down looking at your iPad, trying to make sure there's no life signs within earshot. And finally, you have a quiet corner.
Okay, now I'll try and contact Elder.
Elder, you have a communication coming in, and from Calder.
Go ahead.
Okay, I relay all the info I have to Calder. So now he knows about everything that's been said during the meeting.
Such as specifically that Xareg has Borg implants, and Darron Lek is his local broker.
Yeah, and the potential locations to find our 2 missing crew member.
Yep, you have either Darron Lek's office, his quarters, or the SS Rudimentary, his personal craft.
And lastly, the
Oh, he said either his personal quarters, his office, or the rudimentary.
Yep,
Well, we've been to his personal quarters.
you have indeed.
I will.
Yeah, we'll search for his ship. You try to find his office.
Okay. Plus, I will relay that these Klingons are part of House Jalak, a supporter of Montauk.
Okay. If you need, like, if you get into a firefight, tell us and we'll send down security. I'm gonna start scanning for the rudimentary.
Okay, back on the ship. After you step off the pad and you go to the bridge, you're waiting for about 15 minutes. It's for an update from your crew, and you get a message from your ready room saying, "Okay, I'm done." Just a simple text message is sent to you. Oh, from the conference room. My bad.
I'll have. Yeah, I got more important things to worry about. She'll be fine in there. I'll just acknowledge and.
Acknowledge and ignore her.
Yep.
Okay. Then you get the information from Calder about 5 minutes later. And now you have a ship to scan for. This is gonna be the derp. Is it? Let's see. Reason con, difficulty 2, complication 2, assisted by ship's sensors con. To basically scan all the ships in the general area and look at their IFFs.
Say again.
To basically scan all the ships in the immediate area and scan their flags, their identity codes.
Maddux, what's your reason con? You might be better at this.
My reason con would be 12.
Yeah, I think I'll call Maddux up to the bridge for him to do this.
Okay.
On my way.
Maddux, you make it up to the bridge. And yeah, the roll is Reason Con, difficulty 2, complication 2. It's increased complication because you're so within the Sparrow Belt and there's just rocks flying all over the place and it cuts line of sight. And it's causing just a general interference.
I will use 1 momentum for an extra dime.
Okay. Oof. Anything to help with that?
I believe I can use cautious engineering to re-roll the 1.
Yep. Okay. So you are up 3 momentum. Want to use 2 of that to quash the other complication? Maddux?
Sorry. Yes.
Alright. So net gain of 1 momentum as you quash that other complication. And there are dozens of ships in the area, some coming, some leaving, some just in a parking in orbit. One of them that is docked appears to be the rudimentary, very small, uh, scale to like Corvette.
I let the captain know that I've found it.
And it is hard docked to the station.
All right, Maddux. Join me in the transporter room. Elder to Commander Calder.
Yes, Captain.
Notify me when you're in the area of the office. We're gonna attempt to board the ship and search it and seize it. We don't want to kick it off. We don't want to kick that operation off until you're ready.
Ooh, a pincer move. I like it.
Would you like security, or do you think you and Archer can handle this on your own? The security's not gonna have concealment, so it'll give you away as soon as they beam in.
Can't we have a security team beam into my location on a signal?
GM, do I think it's reasonable that using the transporters, like what I'd like to set up is, the first thing we do, like they signal they're ready for security, then we beam our 2 named NPCs to them, and then we use the rest of the. Then as soon as that happens, then immediately we have 2 security teams get on each of our main transporters, and me, Maddux, and them 2 beam to the enemy ship. Like, if we can have that plan of action ready to go in so that it happens one after the other.
Okay. So.
And then I'll roll for the teams if I need to.
Yeah. You want 2 security teams specifically?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in we'll say that I'll take transporter room number 1 and one of the teams, and Maddux can go to transporter room number 2 with one of the teams. And do you have a preference on what part of the ship you want to board, Maddux?
I would lean towards a. But depends on how you want to go in. Are you wanting to be detected, or you want to be undetected?
I'm thinking like shock and awe. Like we do what we got to do to take control of this ship. And then once we have control, then we'll start picking people up. But I assume we're gonna be detected as soon as we beam in. Like we're gonna try to hit them hard and fast.
Well, in that case, I assume we just go towards their the equivalent of their bridge.
Okay, then both.
Or would you want to split one team to bridge and one team to engineering?
I think that's better. Yeah, so we'll set it up. We'll beam over the 2 security personnel.
And they're on a hair trigger to beam over as soon as Calder says go.
Yes, and Calder, you'll have to know that this is not like you use them as soon as you think you're in trouble. This is once you find the office, then you're gonna beam the security in and take control of the office.
Okay.
The kid gloves are off, pretty much.
You're only in stealth until you get to basically, and then once that kicks off, I'll beam from transporter room 1 to the bridge of the enemy ship, and Maddux can beam to engineering.
Okay. I'm gonna say to set all this up, Elder. It's gonna be presence command difficulty E3. This is kind of an intricate plan to get together, and this will qualify under plan of action. You do have that, don't you?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking of someone else.
Can I spend a determination on I trust the crew? Because like I'm putting a lot of trust in Calder and Maddux to each independently like achieve their own goals without me being there.
I'll accept it.
Okay. Then take 2 threat for a bold. That's 6 successes.
6 successes out of 3, so generate 3 momentum. As you've gone over the plan, and there's gonna basically Deba and Tavel are gonna be on the transporter room 1. As soon as the signature goes, they're gonna beam over. Then Maddux and team is gonna load on to transporter or pad 1, and Elder and team are gonna beam to the bridge. Then Maddux and team is gonna beam to the engineering. There's going to be a slight delay between the 2 of you beaming in, but hopefully only by seconds. Otherwise,
can we have it that so instead of us going immediately, we wait to beam in to Maddux at the same time, because I would be afraid Maddux would get caught when if they erase shit. So we'll accept that 2-second loss.
Okay, yeah, that'll be acceptable. So that way, both you and Maddux beam in at the same time. Yep.
I would hate for me to be in, and then a jumpy security officer raise their shields, and then Maddux is like mid transport, like and scattered all over this part of space.
Hopefully your ship will be advanced enough to go. No, invalid. All right. Any gear are you gonna suit up with?
I'll have a phaser and a tricorder.
Yeah. I'll send. I will buy a Type 3.
That's
and I'll.
one momentum and then one threat. Okay.
And then I'm gonna spend 2 more momentum, and I'm gonna give 1 each to the 2 security officers. But I'm also gonna let them have their Type 2s so that they can give those to Archer and Calder when they beam in.
I still have my Type 2, so why not just have the security team coming with us carry an extra Type 3 so they could give those to us?
That's what I said. No, they're gonna have their Type 2s, so they still have something to shoot with. And then they're gonna give you the Type 3s.
Oh, okay.
And then Matt, if you want to take a Type 3, you can, but you're not required to.
I'll stick with the 2.
All right. So Elder has a Type 3, and you spent for 2 more. Are those going to the security officers, or are the security officers going to hand those to Archer and Calder?
I'm telling them to hand them to Archer and Calder, but obviously, if something goes wrong, they can use them.
Okay.
Captain, I assume you want me to take all propulsion offline when I reach engineering.
Only if it looks like you're gonna lose control, because we're gonna want to detach their ship from the station and get it out of here.
Roger that.
In case they have.
Wait, didn't you give me combat armor for the Lumigrade? Elder?
Didn't I give you what?
Combat armor.
Yeah, but
you would have had to take it off if you're going to beam back to Archer and still be in civilian clothes.
Okay. Isn't combat armor just a bulletproof vest or a size like that?
Yeah, it's a bulletproof vest, but it goes over your clothes. Or it would be really bulky underneath, so it's kind of noticeable. Hey, he's wearing a bulletproof vest.
I think I'd need to double check, but I think like if the scene changes and you're not really using the equipment anymore. I think it most of the time goes away.
I would assume, but yeah, if you could double check that. I'm making a map real quick.
For this time, we already spent all that. And you already, I mean, the only thing that would matter is if I had body armor. I'll look it up for next time.
Okay. I'll say for you, Captain, and you can, and still I'll have it. That would make sense that you would kind of still have it on unless you explicitly took it off. Calder, because you went to the station and you didn't and have armor on you, unfortunately, you don't have it on at this point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have it on because, like, I came back and was doing things. I would not have been like working around, like trying to manage things on the ship and just maintaining the body armor. Like it's something you kind of return to the armory or something when you get back on the ship. So I don't think I'd have that.
Okay, that makes sense. I will accept that. And we're lagging. All right. Transporters are all set up. Crews are ready to beam in, and Calder and Archer are casually making their way towards the known office of Darron Lek. And you are at the door, ready to bust this thing down whenever you are.
Okay, I'll contact Archer, well, no, Elder, and say that we're in position.
They are in position.
We'll launch the plan.
All right. Calder and Archer are bust into the door. Are Taverl and Deaba beam in seconds behind you, and they have the Type 3s at ready. You go into the office, and it is empty. There's no one home. Which means, right at this very moment,
You should definitely still search the office when all this gets done.
yep. Maddux and Elder, to beam you over. There's actually gonna be a roll for this. the sensors, but I will spend 2 threat to keep that. All right. To beam over, and Maddux, you can do this. Just kind of pre-program it in and let it go. Control engineering, difficulty 3, complication 3, assisted by ship's sensors engineering. As there's something on the specific ship that's making it a little difficult to beam in. And then control engineering.
I will use 1 momentum for an extra die.
All right. As you program the computer in, there appears to be some sort of scattering field out that's making transport or lock difficult, but you manage to punch through using the advanced sensors of the Svalinn and jump on your transporter pad and beam down. Where's the sound effect? You beam in, and immediately there's a bunch of people who are very unhappy to see you.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yep, as the ship appears to be fully crewed. You beam in and aggressively, so you get the first move.
So how many do I have to deal with?
Looks like my layers are getting weird. Where are these guys? That's why.
You looks like you have to deal with 5.
Yep.
I see it now. My bad.
Yeah, they were on the. I'm having trouble with layers here.
So did someone beam over with me?
Yeah, you have a security team with you.
Okay, I will attempt to stun the big one in the middle.
Okay. You kind of beam into an alcove. Oh, he's standing in the middle, kind of next to the warp core, so that's medium range. And control security, difficulty 2. Minor action into charge. Actually, no. Oh, stun's free.
I just hit the button next to the phaser, right?
Yeah, you just hit the button. It's default on stun.
No, you need to roll to hit first, and that's control security difficulty 2.
Yep.
Treated like the equivalent of you choosing to damage something lethal or non-lethal in D&D. If I'm correct.
No, stun is default. If he goes lethal, he has to give a threat to the GM.
Alright, so, control, security difficulty 2. We'll deal with that first, and then...
Yeah, I think I'll use 1 momentum for the extra done.
Okay. rolling 3 dice. And you make it. Go ahead and roll your phaser damage. As do I have something to keep him up? I'll spend 2 threat to keep him up as he just grunts through the phaser stun. And do you want to use quick to action or keep the initiative?
Calder would have to be.
Still, it's kind of the same action, so Calder is a part of this initiative.
Oh yeah, let's do that because I can only use it for the first round of every combat.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you guys keep the initiative.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go because I don't think Calder and them are actually fighting anything right now.
Not right now.
So can I shoot the guys in the red box?
Yep, red box is the bridge.
Ship this small?
Like, bridge area.
No, I mean, like, can I see Maddux?
No. Oh,
Okay.
Maddux. Yeah, Maddux is quite a ways right. This isn't quite to scale.
Then am I considered in close range or in like personal range to the guy in front of me?
You know what? I'll spend and threat to say that you're in personal range, so you're within melee range of him.
Okay, I'm gonna use my minor action to move. And what are you letting us use the security team?
As an advantage. So you can use it to give you covering fire, or to make it harder for them to hit you, or aid you in an attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them help me lower the difficulty on this attack.
Okay.
Will you allow threat for combat momentum spins?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna buy 2 minors, 1 to charge for area and 1 for aim.
Okay. Oh, and I forgot he has menacing. Alright, control security difficulty A2, brought down to 1 by the security team.
Okay. Gonna roll veteran real quick because I forgot to earlier. Okay.
Alright, gain 1 momentum. As you hit the cap, and this looks like one of the bigger, tougher, nastier your guys. He has a lot more scars than usual.
Then I hit him and 2 of the ones around him.
Is that an accurate number of the 4 plus 4? Yeah, goodness. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so that's at least 1 injury on this guy.
Who goes down?
Alright, the captain is still up. You're doing area, so those 2 effects, so you hit 2 other people.
Yep. Actually, everyone in personal range, and then 2 in close range. So if I was in personal range, I'm assuming they were. That means they're all hit. If they're in close range, then only 2.
I'd say 2 are in personal range, 2 are in close range.
Then I hit all of them.
Then all of them are hit, and all of the NPCs up here are stunned, except for the big guy.
Then I'll swift task and shoot him again.
Okay. Difficulty 8. The advantage from the security team would still apply, so it's difficulty 2, correct? I think that makes sense. Yeah.
It's up to you, because it's technically a different task, but it's part of the same turn.
I'll allow it. It makes sense that they would be able to cover you for our 2 rounds. Or you're doing the same thing just again, so.
Task would have cost 1 momentum and 1 threat, so I'm going to use another threat to get a 3rd dice.
Alright, say that again?
So the swift task would have cost the momentum we have and 1 threat.
Okay, because it costs 2 to use swift task. Okay.
I'm spending another one for a 3rd dice.
Okay.
And another one after that for 2 aim.
Okay, got it.
Oh no.
Complication. Any way to squash that?
Maybe. It depends on how you rule this. If the character performs the aim minor action before making an attack with his weapon, then then any number of d20s may be re-rolled. I think that only applies to the 3 d20s.
I think that that's counts for the original 3 d20s. So aim won't help. Anything else? Any other tricks?
Actually, accurate allows you to do any dice.
Any dice of the first roll. You can't just keep re-rolling them ad nauseum.
Oh. looks like he has to eat that complication. Unless he has a metal that could help him.
No.
Okay.
No, I'll just eat.
I'm gonna use that complication to say, you do hit him, so go ahead and roll damage. And yeah, that's enough to knock him out again. But you hit a control panel, and the door closes to the cockpit.
It's the end of my turn anyways, so.
Their turn now. That guy is the mercenary. Is gonna run up here, get face to face to Maddux, and give him a good pull out a dagger. And one dice, one threat for a third dice. 2 threat for 4. And oppose daring security. As he's not playing knife anymore. And Maddux, I need your roll. And any dice or momentum you want to spend on that.
I'll spend 1 momentum for another die.
Okay.
So doesn't he also have an advantage because of the crew?
Yeah. The security crew can and give him an advantage on this, so -1.
So that would be a tie? If it's -1?
Yeah, because you rolled a 19, so that's just a flat 0, so it's a tie. So nothing happens as he comes swinging at you. Actually, I have a talent, Lust for Violence. I'm gonna re-roll that 0. When I attempt a melee attack and purchase 1 or more dice with threat, I may re-roll any number of... Oh, that's the challenge dice, so never mind. Yeah, it just becomes a stalemate. But I'm gonna spend 2 threat for a swift task. As... level. These guys come from another compartment to the forward section and towards you, Elder. and the mercenaries is gonna fire a phaser at you. Actually, no. That's
Do it. You know you want to.
no. I don't want to. I don't want to. I want to spend a minor action to close the distance to you.
No,
and
that's yes. That's what I
That's-
wanted you to do.
That's what you want me to do. Posed as daring security, as I'm gonna knife you. Okay. And yes, you can use your augmented arm for this.
Oh my god, is Archer gonna... No, wait, is Elder gonna call him this Nausicaan?
How much dice are you spending?
No, I'm going to spend 6 threat for 5 dice,
Okay.
and then
I'll spend 3 more of that, so I can get.
hold on.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. They don't spend above the threat you already had because I'm about to see if I can reduce the amount of threat I gave you.
Okay.
So I'd be hold on to that until.
Yeah,
1
I
second.
started off with 8, so.
Then I use one of my medals to reduce the 6 threat I gave you to only 3 threat. So you went from 8 to 11. So you should you would have had 11 before you spent threat. So if you spent 3 threat, which I think you spent 3 threat, you're back down to 8.
Yep. I'm back down to 8. And 5 versus 5. Oh, come on!
I saved normal milestone. I think I'm going to use that to reroll.
Which milestone?
It would have been from last episode, so it would have been searching around the station. And this is, I mean, seizing this ship is part of that investigation because I know they know information on Xareg.
Okay, to which value?
Force ensures peace.
Yeah, that works. Go ahead and reroll. Nice. So gain 3 momentum as he comes after you with a knife, yelling and screaming, and you just block him one-handed with your augmented arm, and he was not expecting that.
I mean, it's not going to do a lot of damage. Actually, I'm going to spend 1 to reroll those 3.
Okay.
He is not hit. Down.
1 momentum down. That's at least 4.
Then I'm going to spend the other 2, 1 for piercing, and 1 for extra damage.
1 for piercing, 1 for extra damage.
That should be enough to do 5.
And this particular guy does not have tough. So you do 5 damage and knock him on his butt. And I'll spend 2 to avoid the injury. And And sadly, that was his turn. So now it's yours.
I think I've gone. I think Maddux has gone. That if Calder and I don't know what Calder and Archer are gonna do, but if they're technically in the combat, then it would only be them left.
Yeah. So you guys are technically in the combat. Do you want to spend a turn investigating the office? It's really quickly, or do you want to come back to the captain?
We'll investigate the room, and maybe one of us would. But no, he's busy with his side, so let's focus on investigating the office.
Okay. One of you can leave. The other one can assist. Inside security, a difficulty a 2. And if you want, you can use reason security if you want to whip out a tricorder.
Huh? Can you say that again?
Insight, security if you're using your eyes. Reason security if you're using a tricorder.
Well, they're both the same thing, so I will spend a threat to get a dice.
Okay. I'll just take the first one.
Yeah.
Archer, did you want to assist?
He's not here.
Okay then.
Do you want me to do go for him, or just let one of my 2 security teams assist?
Either or. Either security team or you can roll off a sheet.
Why am I double rolling?
I do not know, but I'm taking the first. So 1, 3 momentum. As you find, no combatants, no alarm has been, no combatants, but alarm has been triggered. A silent alarm has been set off.
Well, I have 2 free questions because of lead investigator.
Absolutely.
I would like to know how long this alarm has been going.
How long have you been in the room?
Huh?
About that long. As soon as you entered the room, it went off. But it's a silent alarm, so it's just a flashing light underneath a desk. But it's very obvious, oh, this is some sort of alarm system. It's screaming at someone who is not here.
Okay, I would like to use that second question to find an item of interest.
Which item in particular?
Let me face it, that maybe find a lead to where Sullivan and
Tolek.
Tolek are. Yeah, so.
You can't find anything in particular, or yeah, nothing saying that Sullivan or Tolek were even here. But this looks like a standard office. There is a locked safe to the side that you haven't checked out. A computer console, and of course the silent alarm that is still dinging.
Okay, I would like to spend a momentum to figure out because of this alarm. Will someone be coming in here, or was it a signal for someone to escape?
Okay. It looks like it is just pinging out along a couple different frequencies. One of them seems to be a shipbound subspace frequency, and the other one seems to be a more shortwave, so to someone specific in the general area. And it is just notifying them that I have gone off. It's not saying anything particular. It's not saying. It's not giving any information on who's there or any sensor information. It's just saying I have been triggered. So your guess is this is just a alarm to trip whenever someone breaks down the door without permission. And whoever's on the other end will know what that means and know how to respond to it. But this alarm has no particular instructions on what to do, besides scream.
I'll turn off this alarm.
That will be a second task, so it'll cost 2 momentum. Unless...
Well, Archer's back.
Yeah, but we're still in combat at turn, so it would go back to my side.
You okay?
Unless you want to keep the initiative somehow.
Nah, you go.
Okay. As you think about turning off the alarm, that is 4 threat. Three guys, eyes, 3 Noskins turn the corner, or charge into the room, and go, "Oh, it's you!" And he is going to charge at you and try to knife ya. I spent 1 momentum to at least get 3 dice. And
I'll laugh.
it's daring security opposed.
Okay, I'll laugh.